Hello, I'm Terry Fossum, and what I'm going to cover is handling objections. The first thing that I want to discuss with that is mindset, because a lot of times we want to know what the right words are, and the truth is if you get the mindset right, the right words come to you. So let's talk about that first of all. You know, a lot of times when we get hit with objections, it can be kind of scary, like somebody's coming at us, like, it's a pyramid scheme, or something like that. It's kind of scary. But you know what the truth is? The truth is, there's never been a statue erected to a critic. There can be all sorts of ways to try to tear things down and all that, but great people who've done great things find ways to do it anyway, and that's the only people you'll find a statue erected to. So keep in mind, that's the kind of people we're looking for. You can't save the world. It's not our job to bring everybody on board here. Instead, you can only save those who want to be saved and are willing to take the action to do so. I love rejection. I really do. I kind of look at rejection as a way of helping sift through to find the right person. And I kind of think of it like a waitress. Wow, okay, that's kind of a scary waitress. Guys, could we get a happier waitress on there? Okay, a little too happy, maybe a little inappropriate for this. Let's get just there. Okay, there we go. That's what we're looking for. I think of a waitress. Have you ever been at a coffee shop or restaurant and you're there drinking coffee and the waitress comes over and says, "Would you like some more coffee?" And you go, no, thank you, I wouldn't. Have you ever seen the waitress go, "Oh, God, he hates me, it's terrible"? No, not at all, because you're not rejecting the waitress. It's nothing about her. You just didn't want any more coffee, right? And it's the same thing here about this business. If they're not interested in this business, that's great. That's okay. Not everybody is. But keep in mind, they're not rejecting you. No, if you're getting objections, one of two things are going on in their mind. Either they're saying, "Look, I'm not interested, and I'm just throwing up roadblocks." Or, "I'm interested, and I just need help with my own self-doubt." Now, the first one, hey, we'd love to know that up front, because that's all right. We can pass them up. We go next. The second one, we can work with that, right? So let's apply that concept to the most common objections. Let's look at it from, great, they're interested, and they're asking me to help them get over their misperception. Now, let's apply that concept to four most common objections that we get. I don't have money. Now, instead of what really tell us, the words are, "I don't have money." Well, let's look at that from the standpoint of, convince me that I can make my money back. Because truly, that's what they're saying, isn't it? And how about, "I don't have the time"? Well, really what they're saying is, show me how to do this with my crazy schedule. And how about, "I don't like MLM"? Well, really they're saying, show me how this is different than what I've seen or heard of before. Isn't that what they're really saying? Absolutely. And "I'm not a salesperson." What they're really saying is, tell me that I can really do this. See, let's apply that to the four most common objections. Now, let's take a look at responses for any objection that you'll get, whatever it is. Here's three really good ones. Number one, I like to say, "Well, what do you mean exactly?" See, I like to isolate the objection and find out what they're talking about, because what they're saying or what you're hearing may be two completely different things. So this gets them to tell you more about what they're saying, and it brings you on their side. Then I like to say, "Well, obviously you have a good reason for saying that. Do you mind if I ask you what it is?" Now, you notice what's happening there. You're not battling them. You're not fighting them. You're on their side. Imagine how you would feel if someone said, "Well, obviously you have a good reason for saying that. Do you mind if I ask you what it is?" You feel good about that, all right? See, we don't want to be verbal combatants. We want to help people get to the truth. And one of my favorites is feel, felt, found. Feel, felt, found. You have to be honest here, as in always. What I love to say here is, I understand how you feel. I felt the same way, to tell you the truth. Or if that's not true, then others felt the same way. But you know what they found? Now that is a phenomenal way to bring them in on your side. "I know how you feel." Wow, he knows how I feel. I felt the same way. "Oh, really? Well, then why are you doing this?" Well, what I found was, and that's a great way to answer pretty much any objection. And we'll apply some of these later to some of the objections that you want to hear covered. Let's go into that right now. You'll hear a lot from people, "I don't have the time." Let's face it, people are busy these days. They have insane schedules. I know I did. So what I like to say then is, well, if I understand you correctly, you really get what's going on here, and you'd love to do it. But now you notice the beauty in what I just said. Obviously, if I understand you correctly, you really get what's going on. You'd love to do it, but, and then we can go into the objection. You'd need to know how you could actually find a way to do it in your already very busy schedule. Is that about right? What are they going to do? They're going to agree with that because that's what they're asking. And I do a feel, felt, found. Well, I know how you feel. I felt the same way. When I first looked at this, I was the executive officer for an entire group of nuclear B-52 aircraft. I didn't have time to sleep many nights, much less do something else. But you know what I found? See, now they're understanding that I'm on their side. What I found was, first of all, if I didn't do anything different, then that would never change. The stress would get worse, the time schedule would get worse, I had to do something different. What I found is they put in a method of doing this business that even I could do on my insane schedule. Wow, now they feel good about it. And then I do an if-then. So if I can show you what they showed me, then you'd probably be ready to move forward with this and get your piece. Well, yeah, I would. That's how you can overcome the time objection. How about I'm not a good salesman? You know, most people do not believe that they're a salesperson. Let's face it, most people do not. So what I like to say is, well, if I understand you correctly, you really get what's going on here, and you'd love to do it. But you're just afraid you don't have the skills. Is that about right? Well, and usually they say, well, yes, that's exactly it. Well, you know what the best part is? We don't have to sell anything. I mean, when people see the results from the Galvanic Spa, when they see that half-face demo, they want it. That's just all there is to it. And then what the great part is, pretty much everybody knows 4 other people that want it too. And from there, it's just all about teaching. That's all it is. We simply teach people how to do it and to show others. Now, if I can show you that, does that make more sense? Could you feel more comfortable coming on board with this project? Let's talk about, I don't have the money. Hey, it's a tough situation out there right now. It really is. And you're going to hear that one several times. So what I like to say is, if I understand you correctly, you really get what's going on here, and you'd love to do it, but you're just not sure you have the money to invest. Is that about right? And you say, well, yeah, that's exactly it. Well, let me ask you, knowing that you can actually put this on any combination of credit cards, is it that you don't have the money, or that you're afraid that if you run up your cards, you won't be able to pay them off? Is that it? Well, really, that's it, is what they're going to say. So if I can show you how we're going to have them all paid off within the month, before they can even come due, then you'd feel a lot more comfortable moving forward then. Is that right? Well, yeah, it would. Then you just simply show them how to have their first party or their first gathering, their first lunch call. They'll bring on enough people to help move all of those kits and to make all of their money back so they can pay off their credit card, and the rest is gravy. You know, you'll also hear some people say, I don't like network marketing, or I don't like MLM. What I say is, obviously you have a good reason for saying that. Do you mind if I ask what it is? You know, what they're going to say is, well, my cousin did this, or I was in one that did this, something like that. You know, the great thing is, I'll ask them, have you had experience in the industry? Try to pull out what their negative is, because most likely, in fact, almost certainly, what they're talking about is different with this company, and we can show them how. How about I've tried MLM before, and it didn't work? And a lot of people out there have. I like to say, did you walk the first time you tried? Or did you fall down several times first? Or if they say, you know what, I know people, my cousin, etc., that have failed at network marketing, I come right back and tell them, if we base our future on other people's failures, we will never succeed. Now, the Galvanic Spa, some people say, hey, but wait, if you stop using it, your face is going to go back to the way it was. I say, well, yeah, absolutely. Have you ever noticed that when you stop exercising, your muscles go back to the way they were too? Oh, yeah, that makes sense. There you go. Let's talk about overall getting to Team Elite. You know, the main difference between the Blue Diamonds and Team Elites in this company from everyone else, the main difference is this. We've just simply had more objections and we've had more rejections. That's all. I look at this from the 3S principle. You know, it's really no worries. Some will, some won't. So what? Again, we just find the ones that get it and don't worry about the rest. You know, we have to focus on the wins. I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I lost almost 300 games. On 26 occasions, I've been entrusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. Who said that? Obviously, Michael Jordan. You know, it's not the shots you miss that count. What's important is that you keep on shooting. My name's Terry Fossum, and I wish you the best of success in your great journey.
Hello, this is Terry Fossum. I hope you enjoyed that last bit of information. I hope it was helpful for you. And if you'd like to find out more about overcoming objections, as well as every other aspect of building a network marketing organization, you can actually find it in my book, Secrets of a Network Marketing Millionaire. You can get this book at secretsofnetworkmarketingmillionaire.com or anywhere online as an ebook. Incredible information in here to help you grow your organization, such as nailing down the commitment, invite fewer people and get better results, handling rejection, keeping the respect of your family and friends, and so much more. A lot of people are using this book to train their organization. As soon as a new person comes on board, they simply hand them the book, say, read this, and then let's talk and train you from there. And they've got a lot of information to start their foundation of success, including how do you build a name list? Why do you build a name list? So much more. So again, you can pick this up at secretsofenetworkmarketingmillionaire.com, and I hope it's extremely helpful for you in helping your dreams come true.